He mentioned Wooski.
Yeah.
What's your relationship with Wooski?
That's my dog. It's so crazy though. That's my homie, right?
Yeah.
When that shit happened to him, I called him like a few days later. We was kicking it on the phone and shit. Like he been talking and all that shit. And I ain't seen him since I've been out. And I don't like that shit.
You think he's just super ducked off, or he don't come outside that too much anymore?
He come outside with I told you, you gotta get up with Marco to get up with him. You ain't getting up with Marco, you ain't gonna get up with no Wooski. You know what I'm saying?
Wooski still making music? You think he'll do a song with me?
Shit, hell yeah, the check, right?
Or he over it?
He gonna do that shit. He got songs, he just ain't dropping that shit. He can go to the studio and everything.
Why you think he ain't dropping the music?
I don't know, man. I don't know what. He say he finna take it serious, though.
Yeah.
He say he finna take it serious this year.
I think Woosie's just moving more cautious, and he just kind of grew up, right? That's why he's not really just hanging out in the block and shit, hanging out with everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fucking been through a lot.
Yeah, nah, I feel it. So how, like, when did you meet him?
I met Wooski like in 2010. 2010, 2010.
He was always like a wild boy because everybody, it's a whole bunch of documentaries and shit, and they said Wooski was doing this and that. Wooski was wilding out around here. You know him for that, or?
Wooski was cool.
He was wilding.
Nah, I ain't say he was wilding. He was cool, though.
Yeah, he was chilling.
Yeah.
What about KI?
KI, fuck with Kyra. I fuck with Kyra.
She was like a friend of yours, because a lot of y'all fuck with each other, but like, was there a friendship or she was just somebody around?
Yeah, she was around. I knew her when she was wearing girl clothes and shit like.
Yeah.
I've been around her since then. Before all the chaos. Jakira, you know what I'm saying?
Did anybody give her a hard time when she started dressing more like a guy?
Hell no.
People just accepted her off rip?
Yeah, some niggas probably was still trying to probably talk to her or something. Like, what's up?
King Von was. You ain't see that shit? There's like a whole...
Yeah, I know about that shit. I seen that shit.
But you don't think he was sincere?
I don't think that shit was sincere.
So you think he was trying to backdoor? That's what they said. They said he was trying to backdoor.
I don't know.
That's one of the funniest things I ever seen, though, is Joe Budden talking about that, saying like, yeah, King Von was trying to fuck her. I'm like, I think you missed the point, Joe. I think you missed the nature of what that conversation was actually about.
Yeah, you missed the whole point.
Shit, all right. Speaking of King Von, you was locked up for 13 years. You and Von was locked up. Cause Von did hella time too. Was y'all locked up in the same prison or jail? You know Von personally, or?
I know him. Oh, you want locked up personally though? I have to rip this blunt.
Go crazy.
Yeah. So where you know Von from?
We used to be around and shit. We used to go to Hyde Park. We used to go to Hyde Park with a lot of people from Killerwood and shit. So he used to be around. So
you used to see him around just on some regular shit? You never had any tension or anything? It wasn't that serious at the time?
They had got down on him on the bus and shit. Cause he was going to O-Block and all that shit.
What's the story behind that? Cause I done heard so many different stories.
Yeah, let's get your version.
Butter said he was the one who did it. Then I heard somebody else said Brick was the one who did it. Then I heard he got jumped by 40 people on the bus. What's your side of the story or what you heard? Cause I done heard everybody break down the famous King Von on the bus getting jumped story. What do you know?
You got jumped on. So you got jumped on. You got jumped on by multiple people. You can't get jumped on by one person.
Yeah. But Butter the one made it seem like Butter said he the one cracked it off and shit. Or Butter he
probably did, but he got jumped though. It wasn't no 1-on-1.
And why they jumped him anyway? Because he was hanging out with people from O-Block and shit?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that was, So, damn. Yeah, because everybody say that story and shit, and they said it was 40 people. How many people realistically you think jumped on the nigga?
It was a lot, because it was a school bus. Like, it was a CTA bus, but it was coming from school.
Do you think Von's reputation is exaggerated, or was he really on some wild shit from your memory?
I like what he did for his community. Shit. I applaud him on that. Anything else?
In terms of like once he became successful?
Yeah, anything else, I don't even give a fuck about. I like how he moved with them though. But it's so crazy. That shit wild right there, boy. That's a wild way to go.
What you mean? What you mean it was so crazy?
Like, how that shit go, like a viral moment, and you lose your life behind that shit.
As far as like him and Quando Rondo situation downtown?
Yeah, like that shit. A viral moment. Not thinking correctly when you lose your life. Just like that. You just had everything right here.
Yeah.
You just lose everything.
But when you say a viral moment, you make it seem like Von did it for a viral moment.
No, I'm saying like that was viral. Like that shit was.
Yeah.
Not saying he clout chasing none of that shit.
Yeah.
But how that shit went, that shit was like it was like crazy.
It kind of puts you into his mind state though, that he was the type of person that if he was mad at somebody or if he wanted to hurt somebody, he wasn't really like weighing out the consequences and thinking about how it was going to play. He wasn't necessarily like planning that shit out. He just went and did whatever he felt like doing. There's so many more intelligent ways he could have approached that situation if he wanted to do something.
Mm-hmm.
He could have told his homies like, hey, follow them, do something to them. I'm the rich famous guy, I'm gonna duck off and y'all go do something. And instead he decided he wanted to do it himself. He had security like around the corner in another car. He didn't even tell the security he was gonna go do something to somebody. Kind of tells you a lot about how he was moving around.
That shit wild.
Do you think it's a situation where like I don't think Von would have. All right, me personally, I just think him being not in Chicago during that situation is why he was moving like that. Cause you think in Chicago he would have just punched somebody? Cause usually in Chicago it's usually shootouts and shit. So like him just automatically just punching Quando, he probably wasn't thinking of a shootout happening instantly, right? Cause in Chicago, how often y'all fighting in Chicago? Like niggas is getting catching fades.
Sometimes, but not often.
So that's why I was surprised to see like.
I'm like, damn.
Not with people you're ops with on that level. And especially with people that you know are really about gunplay.
That shit wild.
Mm.
Them niggas, that shit wild, boy.
What's the difference between EBT and FBG?
Ain't no difference for real. FBG a rap group. There ain't no.
And what's EBT? Was it? What
That's just a block. That's just a block. There ain't no like. That's a like how you say Vernon Ave. That's how that is.
Yeah. That's Everhart. What's EBT?
Yeah.
That's Everhart. So who was on EBT and who's on 63rd? Or is that the same?
That's all the same shit.
Oh, for sure. They said like Young House was like the headquarters where niggas was selling that and shit. I see you and Young got a close ass relationship. Where y'all relationship come from?
That's my dog. He been around. He been through this shit. That's my homie.
You feel like Young get his flowers as far as the drill scene? Cause
hell no, man. They be playing with my boy. He raw as hell though. He the best one to me. Shit, like after what's going on, he coming. Yeah. Just did $1 million. Gotta do another $1 million.
But it's crazy. Like you told me something from when you were spending time with him is that basically like him and Dutchie feel like very like it's hard for them to make relationships in the rap game because shit is so cliquey and people outside of Chicago immediately see FBG on your name and they like are kind of scared to fuck with you because
so rebrand yourself then to make some money.
Yeah, but I feel like people already know where he's from and what it's all about.
But I thought that shit, like, it's 2025, bro.
It's not really supposed to matter for the rest of the world.
If you got talent, niggas riding around on Instagram, listen to their albums in cars and shit. Like, people supportive. If you got some decent shit,